Capcom just released a new trailer revealing so many details for the new Resident Evil 4 Remake, and we're going to break down the details and discuss exactly what they revealed to us. First off, the trailer was amazing from start to finish. I wasn't expecting to see as much as we did, but Capcom gave us plenty of the castle and even a glimpse of the island. Who would have thought? I didn't, in all honesty. I was expecting a demo.
Yeah, boy.
But...
What?
Anyways, let's break down this bad boy. It starts out with Salazar saying we're all connected through the holy body, when we need only to accept this holy gift, like she did. He was hinting at the fact that whoever is carrying the Plaga parasite, he's in control of them. This is really interesting to hear, of course. I don't think he's talking about Ashley, and if he is, he's probably saying it to throw Leon off. But it does show a scene right after of Ashley taking Leon's knife and speaking as if possessed. She says, "Temperance child." We get scenes with Leon walking down a dark hallway to something, and we will see exactly what that is in just a second, but then it cuts to a bloody shrine of a human body sitting in a praying or meditative position, with the Plaga replacing the head. It's very gruesome and disgusting, which makes me very happy, of course. Just on this image alone shows that the castle section will be very dark and filled with gore. That was something that bothered me about the original game. It was so clean for the infected Plaga worshipping jerks to be living in. It looked like a 5-star resort. We then see Leon walking around the spikes from the scene where Salazar threw his trapdoor card on him. Of course, Leon survived, just like he does in this brief sequence as well. The next scene, though, gave me chills. It looks like the Plaga C variant got a makeover because that Plaga was terrifying. The cultist seemed to be in so much pain carrying this Plaga, and he ran toward Leon. I laughed at my first reaction because Leon said exactly what I was thinking when I heard the cultist screaming in agony.
Christ!
We go back to the first shot to see what Leon was walking up to, and it was a sacrificial altar, of course. Leon was standing in front of Ashley laying on the said altar with Salazar to the side. We even got a glimpse of a couple of assumed cultists in white robes in the background as well. Then we of course get Ashley stealing the knife from Leon. I feel like this is a misdirection. If you look closely between these two scenes, it looks completely different. I don't think it's connected. I would assume, and I'm not 100% positive, so don't quote me for this, but during that brief scene of Ashley stealing the knife, it looks like it's inside the church where they first meet. Like I said, don't quote me. It could be in fact in the castle, but it did look very different if you look at the scene of Ashley saying "Temperance child" and Ashley stealing the knife from Leon. So we'll just have to see how that goes. If it is a misdirection, it's very sly on Capcom's part, but we'll just have to see. Then it cuts over to Salazar. He's obviously excited and hopeful about Leon's demise, but for those that have played the original, you would know that Leon does not in fact go down that easily. Salazar says, "I've taken the liberty of preparing some entertainment for you." And throughout the brief sequence of scenes, we do hear a childish cackle by the little bastard Salazar, which, you know, that's good to hear, of course. We then get a look at the lift sequence where you're going up and a crap ton of cultists are after you. That part was a wild set piece and it looks so pretty to see it reimagined. Corey Taylor was so close to hitting you with his little hatchet, but he didn't know Leon was equipped with a parry before his roundhouse kick in this remake. We get a really disgusting look at the Plaga flopping around as well. Be careful, watchers, when this is around. Your significant other will be on Amazon straight away to order themselves a Plaga to put in their nightstand. We also see another Plaga to the right, and good God, the chompers on that thing. That mouth on it was so big, it could eat a whole human whole. In the original, it was big enough to eat a human-sized head, but this is a remake, of course. Everything's bigger, nastier, more gruesome, so, you know, gotta get a bigger Plaga. The next shot was when Leon and Ashley arrived at the castle. You get the catapults and two trying to swerve away from danger. That part was a tricky little sequence to get through, but it's good to see that it's in this remake, and from what I can see, it looks almost identical to the original. Hopefully it's a little bit harder. I mean, there was a couple hard parts, but getting through that wasn't really that bad as long as you just stayed in cover. And then it leads to Leon's nice biceps. I mean, no, never mind. Well, kind of. But if you look closely, you do see that his veins and everything's going a little bit haywire because Leon might be infected with the Plaga himself. Lewis looks to be trying to bargain with something. I'm assuming it's a cure to the Plaga that was implanted in Leon. I'm not entirely sure that's what it was. It was completely covered after all, but I'm willing to bet that's what it is. His comedic personality is very present in this trailer, and for that, I'm thankful. The next cuts are the two working together as a team. First, we get them battling not one, but two El Gigantes. One of them looks like a shirtless Quasimodo from Notre Dame, and the other looks like he's going to win Best Dressed in the death metal scene. They look good, don't get me wrong, but the next enemy is one of the 5 enemies I was most excited for in this remake. I just posted a video about it on Monday. Check it out after this video if you'd like. I dare you. Back on topic though, we get a look at one of the Chainsaw Sisters, and boy, look at the dress on that lady. She shows a whole lot of ankle, and someone needs to warn Dr. Salvador. We know how protective he gets over his girls. We even see Lewis fighting by your side in this section, and if you remember in the original, Ashley was with you and you had to hide her in the dumpsters littered throughout the place. We then get to see Krauser's dramatic entrance with his superhero landing. Of course, everything is better with those. We see the famous knife that him and Leon supposedly have that matches. I don't remember seeing the same design on the knife Leon has in this remake footage, but we'll have to look to find out. He looks damn good in this remake and looks very similar to his original look. I like that. He says, "Long time no see, comrade." The voice is a little bit iffy, but it's not too bad. I do prefer the deeper, more masculine voice though. And then we get some amazing gameplay of Leon trying to protect Ashley from the cultists. It's good to know her scream isn't as obnoxious as the original was. We also get a crazy suplex, baby, yes. During these sequences, we hear Krauser say Leon can't save anybody. And then we get a brief snippet of Ashley's gameplay, which looks interesting with her lantern and sneaking her way through rooms. We also get a little glimpse of a knight on the other side. You can see the shine of his sword and the plaga flapping around on his chest. So yes, we will be running away from those bastards. They suck. Not in a bad way, of course, but they can be pretty tricky to get away from. The next shot is a section of the game I hate. The water room with the cranks was a task to get through, and it was the most times I heard Ashley scream Leon's name ever in the history of everything. Literally, I've heard Leon's name screamed out like a gazillion times. It was a pain in the ass to get through. But we now know that this part is in fact in the game as well. Yay me, I'm gonna have so much fun here. Then we get some dialogue of Ashley wondering what the hell's gonna happen to her. Leon assures her that they're gonna make it through this, but only if they work together, which is a really nice touch. I love knowing that Ashley seems to be a little bit more independent in this. She was the weakest link for the original Resident Evil 4 for me, so hearing Leon say this gives me hope that they're gonna have a better dynamic together. And after we get Leon and Ashley's heartfelt moment, we see Lewis trying so hard to be a badass, and Leon just assuring him to calm his breeches before he gets himself hurt. Then it cuts to a very action-heavy set of sequences. It's incredible. We get Mike back, of course, in his little chopper saving lives. We get a couple glimpses of the island, which looks very much like the original. It wasn't my favorite section of the game, but it definitely gives me the same vibes. The blues give off a very nostalgic horror vibe, and seeing it in these shots made me feel happy. We see Mike shooting missiles and blowing shit up. We see Leon and Lewis in the mine carts riding around like they're at their favorite amusement park. Look how cute they are. They must be having so much fun. Oh shit. Looking at Sadler after this makes me think he literally escaped out of an insane asylum. It's very much possible, but Jesus, look at his face. Oh, look at the top of his head. But he does look like he's loving all the chaos around him. And it cuts to this massive mass hanging around the mine. And then we get a look at another glimpse of one of the most anticipated enemies. Yes, guys, the Discount Wolverine is back, and blinder than ever. The Gyarados is going to kick some ass. I'm gonna be squealing all over again. And the next little frame is so short and can be easy to miss. Leon looks to be taking care of Ashley as he's laying her in bed. The environment looks to be on the island, and if I'm correct, this may be after they do the dangerous UV surgery to kill the plaga from within. Maybe he's laying her down to rest a bit. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what it looks like. And instead of getting action-packed cutscenes of Leon and Krauser's knife battle, we're going to be experiencing it firsthand. I was a fan of the knife fight, and it was cool to see, but fighting Krauser more and focusing without having to jump up and press a button a second too late during a cutscene will be a better experience as a whole. I'm sure I'm not the only person who agrees with that. And then we get Sadler dancing and carrying on, and we also get a brief frame of Ada saying Leon's name. Don't forget about Leon's true love, people. She's in the game too. And just before we get the final shot, we get a glimpse of one of the Novistadors flying down to annoy the piss out of us just like they did in the original. You all remember that cave bit? Yeah, it was awful to go through, but the true final scene we get is a slow motion zoom of the operation chair where Leon and Ashley killed the plaga inside. The lights flickering gave me eerie feelings about it, and it makes me wonder just how well this treatment is going to work on them. I'm sure everything will be okay, but seeing that put a weird pain in my chest. It makes me hope our cast will make it out okay. Except for the bad guys. They're punks. Oh yeah, almost forgot. We have Mercs back, which is a good little treat. I can't wait for that. I wonder if we can play as some of the villains like we did in the Village Mercs. But that was the trailer, guys. I hope you all like this little breakdown. I, for one, here's my first thoughts on this. I am so happy to see Luis have more to do in this game. You know, you saw him in brief sequences of the original Resident Evil 4, and you know, it served its purpose, but I always thought that he died a little bit too early. So from what it looks like here, he's gonna be in a good bit of the game. Now I don't know if he's gonna survive this, but he's in the game more. He's funny as hell. He's gonna be a lot of fun to interact with, and I'm just so excited. Anyways, I hope you all liked this breakdown. I know I acted silly in this, but I'm just so excited for this game to drop, and I wanted to do a little bit more than be informative like all the others. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and if you want to be even cooler than that, I'm talking about being as cool as Luis himself, which is pretty damn cool in my opinion. Ring the bell so you're notified of each of my future videos being released in the future, and until next time, take it easy, bubs.